it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yo, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Bumping through your broadcast, grab a chair, fill your glass. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yo, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Bumping through your broadcast, grab a chair, fill your glass.
Hey, this is Charlie Perry of the Really Charlie Podcast. February is Black History Month, and if you're a black business looking for a storefront to rent, we have 3 of them for you, 1,000 square feet, located at 350 to 354 North Main Street in Fairhaven, Mass. If you're interested, please call 508-958-2281. That number once again is 508-958-2281. If you forget the number, just get back in touch with me here on the podcast and I will forward that information to you. But like I said, it's February, Black History Month, and if you're a black business owner and you're looking to rent a space of 1,000 square feet, we have 3 locations for you. That would be 350 and 354 Main Street, Fairhaven, Mass. Great location, great town. Feel free to get in touch with the landlord at 508-958-2281. Take care, y'all, and good luck. Hey, welcome to the Really Charlie Podcast. I am Charlie Perry, and my guest is Lauren Ramos, owner of Mindful Lotus Holistic Center. This is just a great thrill for me to have this great young mind here with me to chill out and hang out with me for a little while, 30 minutes to an hour, and introduce her business. And I am so happy. How are you doing today?
I cannot complain. How about you?
I feel you. I had a great day today. The sun was shining. I seen friends and family, so it was a very, very good day for me, and I definitely appreciated it. And
oh yeah, it was gorgeous out today too.
Sure was. Right. Let me see. I'm gonna read something here. Your website is wonderful. Whoever did it gets 5 stars. And if it was you, you get a 5 stars. It's just
thank you.
A lot of information here. So it says, who am I? It says, I'm Lauren Ramos and have been on my own spiritual journey for many years. I've always known that, and I wanted to make, a difference in the lives of others, and what better way than to do it through services and products that I'm passionate about. I'm excited to connect with you. Awesome. Great job. It's the one thing I like about the things that you're doing and that you're involved in is that it makes people great. Makes people feel good, And got a few people saying good evening. Michael Samayo. Michael, this is Lauren. She's doing great things. I can't wait, and Michael's a good supporter of the Really Charlie Podcast, and he's with me every single week.
That's awesome.
Oh my God, we got trouble. We got trouble on the line now. Check this out.
Hey, Samia.
Yeah, what? Speaking of another entrepreneur, Samia is doing great things too, and I'm so glad. Good. Now we got somebody tagging along. Somebody try to get on the show here. Scott Fishman, how you doing, Scott? I see you on the screen, but if you want to go to Facebook, you can definitely go on Facebook and interact with us on Facebook through Lauren's page. Lauren, just go to my page, share it, That way, all your friends and family can hook up with us and share their comments. Let's see, we got another comment. Hello to my niece Lauren. Awesome. Great, great, great. See, everybody's out there.
Yeah, hello everybody. And Scott is actually a mentor of mine. He's
Yes,
been taking me along. Yeah.
yes. You know, Scott. Scott, you're a good guy, man. Now you're big time. I got you. You
Got
are
him
on
on
the.
the spot.
He's in the wrong spot, but I don't care, man. Scott, it is nice to see you on the podcast with us.
Good to see you. Can you hear me?
We can
Yeah.
hear you, man.
Oh, excellent. Technology works sometimes.
Yeah. So I heard that you were a hard man to please, and you were pushing Lauren all over the place. You know, she went home crying because your guidance was like major pain and stuff. Well,
Yeah, well, it's my DNA, you know.
that's her DNA. I am only joking. I'll instigate a fight with two priests if I could. I'm sorry. Let's see. And it says you got Scott on Facebook Live. Oh my God, he's so good. See that? We do things here. We try to make things happen here, and I appreciate it. And let's see, we got another comment here. You are the best, Charlie Perry. Hey, I'm the best. I'm the second best today because Lauren's on the screen, and she's definitely one of the best in my eyes. All right,
Sorry to
Scott.
put you on the spot, Scott.
Who's putting you on the spot?
No, I shared the link with you. I wasn't sure which one it was gonna be,
that's
but
fine. It's
Scott is a big driving force behind a lot of the work that I'm doing and just helping me to really navigate the world of entrepreneurship. And he's the best.
great, great job, Scott. I appreciate you coming on here, and if you can share something with us about Lauren, then I'll take you off the screen. But anything you want to share about her, that's fine. Um,
She's just a delight, you know.
yeah,
We hit it off at the matching of the mentor evening, the E for all, and she definitely my first choice of people to mentor, and I think I was her last choice. No, she got
Number
stuck with
one.
me. No, she's got and the other mentor that Lauren has is great. That's Vondre. He's real. I don't know if he's on, but it's we're a tight little unit. It's real good,
that's
and
awesome.
Lauren knows how to take direction and turn it into forward motion. So it's really a pleasure.
That's it. Just give her the keys to the car and she'll drive.
No, I didn't say I'd give her keys to my car.
Why not? It's only a
Oh,
Lexus, right? It's only a
It's not a
Lexus.
Lexus.
Oh, all right. Uh, she can drive. I seen her at a young age driving. She's all right. I wouldn't have a problem driving behind her. She's all right. Well, Scott, thank you. I'm gonna have you leave the screen while I talk to Lauren a little bit, and please, follow us on Facebook. We're just getting started with this podcast, but I want to kind of highlight her as best I can.
Okay, so I should.
No, well, if you have a Facebook page, just go on that or Lauren's page, and it should be visible. Everything should be visible. Our
Okay, all
comments,
right. So I'll use the. All right, I'll try that.
all right. Any problems, just appear again, and I'll put you back on.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You're a good-looking guy. I don't care what Lauren says about you.
that'll get me in trouble.
Take care, my
Hey,
friend.
at this age, I'm just happy to be, standing upright,
That's right.
horizontal, so whatever.
God bless you, man. Thank you. All right. Nice guy, man. Already, first impressions mean a lot, and
Had a guest appearance.
yeah. So that's good. Let me. I'm gonna try to create a banner so I can put your website on the bottom. Let's go like this. And I think it's going. There we go. Lauren, there's your website on the bottom.
Awesome.
Okay. So here you are, you're doing many things at a young age, and then you decide that you want to open your business. What inspired you to do it?
Um, it's really been my own personal journey and the things that I've learned along the way.
Yes.
Um, I've just always struggled with who I was. And, I had my children very young. And so as I've been getting better, not older, better, I just had to take a step back and look at like who I am as a woman outside of being a mother, a daughter, a friend, a partner, all of the things that, I was doing day to day. I wanted to get back in touch with myself and who I was and who I was becoming. Um, and that's also where I started to kind of pay attention to just the things that I was consuming, whether it was TV, music, food, products, like all of those things too. And so I just started to look for more things that made me happy, things that made me feel good about myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I started to dig deeper into particularly womb wellness, which is basically just connecting with the magic of your womanhood. And so, as women, sometimes you hear as not complain, but, we'll just we'll take on a lot and we won't always ask for what we need. And so that takes a toll on your body and especially on your womb space, because that's like a portal. That's how we bring life into the world. And so, womb wellness, I just started digging deeper and deeper into like how to listen to your body. And one thing that like I share with a lot of women and they're like, is that when women have their cycles, they're not supposed to have cramps. There's just so much that goes into it. And I felt like if I didn't go digging, I would have never known about it. And so I want to be able to make that information more accessible, the services more accessible to all women. Yeah, Samia said womanhood. Exactly. I like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, just taking my own trials and struggles and, knowing that I'm not the only one going through it. And so if I can use the gifts that I've been given, the tools that I've been given, the things that I've learned to help somebody else, that's what I'm here for.
Good. Now, do you have more of one gender over the other?
So it is mostly women. That is what a lot of it is geared towards. But honestly, I do offer my services to men as well. So like the star of my services is yoni steaming. And it's something that's been done for centuries all around the world. Basically, it's just taking an herbal steam blend and allowing the person to sit over it. So a lot of women, way back when would do it after they gave birth, just to kind of help clear the body, help the healing process. So that it, while it is more marketed towards women, men can also steam for like help with fertility, help with just keeping your prostate health on track, if you need to like shrink the prostate and things like that. But it's also just an emotional and energetic release. So, I do plan to offer like couple steam. So couples that want to kind of have an experience together. We do a meditation while we're doing it. So it just really encompasses mind, body, and spirit. So it is both for men and women, but the majority of my services are geared towards women.
Great. The one thing about business is we all got to do our part, and one of the things I always try to tell people is to basically, share information from your friends, your family. Make sure you share their business, their product, whatever they're doing. Just keep sharing it. We have a tendency, especially people on social media, is to think that the best thing you can do for someone is to like. Well, if you get 100 likes, that's okay. because it kind of just makes us smile. But if you get 100 shares, that makes your day, because 100 shares is usually going to duplicate it 3 times more. That means 300 people have seen it. Maybe 300 people are going to share it. It just duplicates it. And
Mm-hmm.
so I always encourage everybody to share. So share this podcast, share this podcast with this great woman here doing her thing with a great business, and help her out. Everyone needs help, and I see when I went to go see her for the first time in a business, it was like, she had a shotgun, a rifle, she had everything. She was like, she's scared. No, only joking. She has a great little business, and things are great. Nice little shop. I was very impressed with it. Very clean, professional looking, and so please definitely go to it. Lauren, you want to give the address?
Yeah, it is by appointment only. So
Yeah.
you got to text me, call me first. Um, but I am currently out of 100 State Road across from Bishop's Lane.
Okay. Let's see.
But you're so right about the sharing. I just want to really quick plug
Go ahead.
my E for All team because I always would hear people say like, oh, sometimes it's the people that you don't fully know that will really support you. And
Yes.
so doing the E for All Business Accelerator, of course, I didn't know everyone coming into it, but like we're all women entrepreneurs in this cohort, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And it's like, just to see us all like sharing each other's like things, and it really creates a sense of sisterhood amongst us all. But like a lot of our businesses actually complement each other. So
Yes.
a lot of them make a lot of holistic products that I wish I could make, but I would love to be able to just have them available in my shop or to use them with my clients and things like that. So I was very nervous when I was starting the business because I'm the first one in New Bedford to offer yoni steaming. Um,
Very nice.
and it comes with letting people know exactly what it is, like the education piece, since it is the first one here. And, everybody in my cohort has been super helpful with just kind of giving me their thoughts when I tell them about it, and, how they receive the information or ways that I can really break it down, since sometimes the terminology might be a little bit much if you're not familiar with it. So
Mm-hmm.
they've been a huge driving force behind what I'm doing too.
Awesome. Um, I got a friend of mine, Peter Walker. He's been getting beat up at home, and his foot is little sensitive and swollen. It's. I mean, I don't know if you can help him out, but his foot. He's got a brace and everything. The man likes orange juice. He likes getting up and going to get some orange juice from the refrigerator. But somebody just beat the crap out of his foot, And
Walker.
he's a nice guy, and I don't know who's beating him up at home, but his name's Peter Walker. I mean, Peter. I don't mean to put his government name out there, but somebody's beating him up, and so we got to do something for that swelling. Is that something you can help out?
Um, oh, she is hilarious. Oh, Samia. Yes, we can definitely get a little something to help.
Uh,
Help.
got to get that man back on the basketball court, And but anyways, all joking aside, the there's one thing about E for All. That's a diamond in a rough, And I can't even say that because they're well known in the city, in this area. And I didn't realize how broad they were, how big they were,
Hmm.
until you start thinking about it and looking them up and saying, wow, they're a whole lot bigger than I thought, you know. So,
Yeah.
and amazing people behind you, and I hope and pray. In fact, I know I have more than enough confidence that you're going to do well. And
Thank you.
you just gotta keep throwing that business card up there.
Oh yeah.
Let me see. I'm gonna find your information so I can put it on the screen here. Let's see if this works here.
Yes. There we
All
go.
right, good. All right. Appointment only.
Yes.
You are a mummy at the fullest, you know, doing your thing. So family first, business second.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we got to put ourselves in there too, because we can't pour from an empty cup. So, you know, somewhere in there, we got to put ourselves.
So true. So true. So true. Now, who came up with the name of your business?
I did.
You did.
Yeah, the lotus flower has always, I actually have a tattoo of it, and it's just always been a part of me because the lotus grows from the dirt and it ends up becoming this beautiful flower. And I was like, hey, it's like me.
Yeah.
So I knew that I wanted lotus in there somewhere. And, you know, there's just been such an emphasis, especially since COVID, on like mindfulness and mental health and things like
Mhm.
that. So, I just kind of sat back and I was playing with a few different names and the vision that I have for what I really want to grow this into. And, you know, this is just the beginning. So, of course, stay tuned. But yeah, I do plan to have it be like a whole center
Mhm.
for different holistic arts and modalities. And, you know, like I was saying, having other small businesses who do make products in the field. You know, people can come in and buy those there as well. But I also do the energy healing with the Reiki. So, you know, I plan to have a whole center where we do group meditations and things along those lines as well. So, yeah, I came up with the name. I did the website. It's been a one-woman show,
That's it.
and just continuing to learn on this journey.
Yeah, I still have a friend, and her name is Lotus Perry. No relation, but a very dear friend of the family, and that was her name. And
I love that.
I haven't seen her in a while since I was about 13, but amazing woman, and but that was her name. So
I love that.
yeah, yeah, great name. The
Oh yeah.
the what is your what is your goals right now as far as you and your business? Um, where you may feel that you have to do something a little bit further. What is that other
Um,
other than what you have now?
so ultimately, I plan to have a big standalone space.
Yeah.
You know, I want people in the community who are also interested in the holistic arts, but more of like an elevated holistic experience because it is an experience. You
Yes.
know, I don't want it to just be another place that offers Reiki because I know it's a very oversaturated area right now. And that's why I was trying to find different things, um, you know, that make me stand out, but that
Mm-hmm.
also deliver something that other places don't. And I want to continue with offering that luxury self care with a holistic twist. Is how I
Very
like
nice.
it.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, and so you know, I do plan to also extend things to younger women. Um, and I know this is geared more towards women,
Mm-hmm.
but, you know, as I've been learning, you know, and especially like I was talking about with the cycles, you know, when women first get their menstrual cycle, it's like they think like, oh, it's the end of the world, it's a curse. Like I have a
Mm-hmm.
daughter and she was like, oh, this is like terrible, you know, and every month, you know, people are like, oh, it's the curse and blah, blah. And, you know, they hate that time. And I was like that. And I've come to actually enjoy the time because
Mm-hmm.
I've learned how to listen to my body. I've learned how to take care of my body. And so I really want to start offering things for the younger women so that they can at least start it off with a different mindset
Sure.
and looking at it like this is a gift, like switching
Mm-hmm.
that whole thought behind it.
Yes.
Which some people are probably like, what? But it's true. There are ways to work with it, and that's why I do offer womb wellness sessions to really sit down and talk more about like what you're doing, what you could be doing. I also am an herbalist, so I create custom tea blends, for women who might be having issues with things like PCOS. Um, there's just such a wide range of things that women experience in their womb space. So that's why I really want to keep the focus on that, and just kind of grow it into something. I don't want to say like a women's center because men are very much welcome, but
Yeah.
that's kind of the idea behind it. Yeah.
Where were you when I needed you? I had at some point I had 4, maybe 5 women in my house. So every day of the month was PMS. Where was you when I needed you?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Better late than never. The next generation will
Yeah, the next
benefit from
generation.
it.
But yeah, that's outstanding because that can be a difficult time. Especially what you said. Young women they're only doing what they're taught, and if you can teach them a new way how to cope with it, how to deal with it, that's very, very nice.
Yeah, and I mean, when you think back to like other countries, like going way back in time, they would have ceremonies when young girls would start their cycles,
Hmm.
and honor them. And I'm like, why don't we do that so that they can learn to appreciate themselves
Yes,
instead of
yes,
feeling shame or guilt or embarrassed or anything like that. And that's really what I experienced all of those emotions and feelings. And so it's like knowing that I didn't really have to, I'm
hmm
like, all right, so for my daughter, for the next generation, for others, we can easily flip the script and change it around.
that's it. Greatest creation in the world is a woman, and it's
Amen.
we just some people underestimate it, and you shouldn't. But it's amazing, especially when you get to understand, you know, what the person or what the women in your life are going through
Mm-hmm.
just by seeing, listening, having conversation about it. You will clearly come up with the description of an amazing creation. And you
Thank
guys
you.
are wonderful.
Thank
Um,
you.
I don't know if we want to talk to this young man here, but
I was trying not to laugh when I read the comment.
I heard Charlie has has a bad knee and chasing suspects all the years. Tell him about the Reiki and his old man knees. Awesome. Listen, you know
Yeah, you got
what?
to try it.
Your bro, your bro is amazing. He was one of my favorite point guards growing. Watching him and doing his thing definitely was, um, you know, one of my favorites. So I'm just gonna agree with him, and I'm gonna agree with him because chasing everybody. That wasn't the. See, all right. I got 2 bad knees from basketball. My patella tendons, and you know, that's just being on the court all the time, and they got weak and they ruptured. So, but as far as chasing anybody, guess what, Mr. Ramos Jr., I didn't have to chase anybody because I knew everybody. So you can run as fast as Fufu Korea, and I always told him, "I'm gonna catch you, bro. I'm gonna catch you." And every time I walk in wherever it may be, the boys' club, and I just put my hand on his shoulder, say, "I got you." Everyone knows how fast Fufu was. He was amazing. but I caught him. I didn't have to run. So as far as bad knees, that happened on the basketball court, trying to be a better person,
That is
trying to
funny.
trying to be a good teammate to the Consatio brothers and Donald Lesser and all them good people down there, in the South End, West End, Terry Wynn, my man Wallace Wynn, who he practically slept in a boys club. Although, let's see, what your bro got? He said, love Lauren Ramos. Yeah, oh, that's Rhonda. Rhonda said that. Yes.
Hey, Rhonda.
Yes. As we say, my little sis, she's amazing, doing her thing. That's another good woman doing her thing, doing her motherly duties and raising some great, great kids.
Oh yeah, she and I go way back.
Yeah. She used to skip school, huh? You could tell me
No,
that.
you know.
Let's see. Let's see. We got love from, let's see who this is. Auntie Sandy. Yes. Amazing woman. Another one. Love from Auntie Sandy and congratulations. Rhonda says, oh, thank you. And your brother says, you've always been respected throughout the community, my man. Yes, I tried. Just want to be a person in the neighborhood. I didn't want to be that big bad dude, that people were fearing or didn't like. I just didn't want that. That wasn't something I wanted. All
Mhm.
right. So, Lauren, let me see. I seen something here. And do you give out like gift packages and stuff like that? Or is that just images on your website with a coffee cup and marshmallows and
Some of those are more so just um, photo things, because
okay.
I'm trying to get better with my social media and just kind of interacting with people and letting them know some of the little tips and things along the way. But I do also make bath salts. I make energy clearing sprays. So um, it's basically like, how some people will burn like sage to clear the energy and things
Mhm.
like that. Some people can be allergic to the smell of smoke and things like that. Or if you're traveling or if you're like in an office or a small space, I basically take all of the same ingredients and
Yes.
I have like a whole little ritual that I do just to charge it up with the energy as well. And I make it into a bottled spray so that people can still like, spray the air, spray themselves, and just kind of clear the energy. So I do put together little gift packages, which I actually sold out of.
Hmm.
I've had a lot of great support from people all over. So I've actually had to start shipping some things.
Yep.
um, so yeah, I do put them together. But those are going to be like limited edition drops because I work with the energy of the moons. So like, we're in a new moon energy right now, which is good for like manifesting. So I
Hmm.
start to work on some of it now and then I'll have it out by the full moon.
Awesome. I listened to woman Graciela Moore. She's into the moon and the mindfulness and every Sunday into Monday comes on and talks about the new moon, and she's very, very nice and kind of gives me an upbeat. As soon as I listen to her, she comes on later in the night, so it's kind of like like a nightcap, and then it starts my day on Monday just through her energy and everything that she talks about. So and she suggests to get a journal and write things down and all that. So I haven't gone that far yet, but right now I'm just kind of captivated by listening, and she's amazing. So when you mention about the new moon and all that, it's I can relate. I can understand and know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's, I've always been a little different. And so, sometimes people look at me and they're like, what is she talking about? But, the more that you start to read or listen or, just hear certain things, you're like, oh, yeah, like the moon has a lot of influence over things like the ocean, the water,
Mhm.
and we're made up of a lot of water. So it's like, of course, it's going to affect us too. Like I know emergency rooms, they always talk about the full moons and how people are always coming in more when it's a full moon and things like that.
Mhm.
And it's true.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of those things you look up to the sky, and it's not just a pretty little thing, man, a pretty big thing. It's something that has some meaning behind it when some people look at it, from,
It's powerful.
yeah, from Native Americans to people right now, good folks, people in general, they look up to it and it has some meaning to it.
Yeah.
So I have uh, let me see, a faith in it. I definitely know there's something there. I really appreciate it. And, but it's something that I just learned pretty much this year into last year into this year. That's when I started learning about it some more.
Mm.
Would always like to write about the moon and all that stuff, and get some great poetry out of it. But little did I know there's a whole lot more to it, and so I appreciate you, someone teaching people, about the essence of the moon. It really,
Oh yeah.
really means a lot.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
And that's just a little snippet.
yeah, true.
There's so much more.
Yeah, there is. There is. There's definitely much, much more. And it's just like, you know, your business. It's
Yeah.
mindful. You definitely, no one has a small mind. Maybe one of your ex-boyfriends or something have a small mind or
Yep.
something like that. But mindful stuff is a lot of substance. There's a lot.
Yeah.
And talk about the mind is so much, so much.
Oh, it's
It's
very powerful.
yeah, it is.
And there's so many aspects to it. And, everyone is different. So it's like, I know right now there's a lot of emphasis on people like finding their tribe and, all of those kind of things. But it's true. Like attracts like. So, um, I know that by me sharing this information, the people that are meant to hear it are going to hear it. And, they're going to take it the way that, it's meant for them to receive. Um, I'm just a vessel along the way who has been able to speak from experience and, just kind of share the information with people who probably may not have even thought about digging a little bit deeper before. So, yeah, I'm
So
just
true.
excited.
Let me want to do something. I want to put a comment back up here that somebody put up, and it's just your business, and I just want that on the screen for a little bit. The That was funny when I went to go see you, and I went in the wrong office. The woman's just looking at me, and you know what? I got more hair than most women are walking around, so she could have did something to my hair. I let her do something. Could have dyed it like Cisco or something, one of them old school dudes.
Bring back the silver.
Yeah, I would have walked around a little bit. I'd have
Yeah.
had my wife mad at me for a little while, but I would have had fun. Uh,
Um,
so, how's mom, dad doing? Everyone good?
Everyone's good. Yeah, we actually were all just together earlier because my son just turned 13, so we had a little cake for him.
Amazing.
Um, yeah, so it's
Yeah,
everybody's doing good. We're all thriving.
a busy 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, it's a very busy time right now,
Good.
all around.
Yeah. Yeah, I just, February's nice. Starts off with the Super Bowl for me and the school vacations. There's always something special about February. Black History Month. So I'm in a good spirit throughout the month. Two of my grandchildren's birthdays are during that month, so there's no time to be, laid back. It's about, good spirit around the family. We're usually always doing something. So the
Yeah.
month of February is good for me.
Oh yeah, and I appreciate you. A lot of the stuff that you share, especially during Black History Month, around the city of New Bedford and like the history here, teaching me things.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I appreciate you.
Yeah, that's what it's about. I'm trying to learn. I mean, like in this little old city, we have the first African American doctor that had an office above the Zeitarian. You know, she's
Well,
the first African American doctor, and this was right here in this city, practicing right above the Zeitarian.
well,
And that's something that we should know more about. And to top it off, her family is still in this area, so I'm trying to make something happen, and maybe I can get someone on the podcast and they can talk about her a little bit more and bring her history to the light. I think right now New Bedford has it buried, other than maybe on a website or something like that.
mm,
I think when you walk in front of the Zeitarian, her face should be somewhere.
oh
Maybe
yeah,
a little board. Sort of like, or something like that in front of Sergeant Carney's house. Something with some information there so people can understand and who was in that building at once upon a time. I mean, she was a doctor um, before women were able to vote. That's
mm,
amazing.
wow,
And,
yeah.
and she was black. So, all right, Jamie. This is another girl. She is doing amazing too. Jamie,
Oh
how
yeah,
are you doing?
Jamie is amazing.
Yeah. She says spiritual and holistic wellness is crucial to our overall well-being. Thank you, Lauren, for your representation and commitment to the community healing.
Thank
Awesome.
you, Jamie.
Yes, she's another one. I need to get her around here.
Oh yeah,
I need to get her on here too. So that's an open invitation, Jamie. So when you got time from your busy, busy schedule, which I know you have, we got to put you on a really solid podcast. All right.
absolutely.
Speaking of that, we've been on for about 43 minutes, and it's not the end, but I'm going to ask you this question. Who would you like to see on the Really Charlie podcast?
Um, ooh, so many. um, I think a really, really good one that is really about to bring something amazing to the South Coast and New Bedford, hopefully.
Mhm.
Um, have you heard of Cheese and Honey Co?
No, no, I haven't.
So they're one of the people in my cohort. Well, two of the people in my. It's a mother-daughter duo,
Hmm.
and um, they're looking to bring um, like a cafe slash general store that's family friendly and more geared towards people with children. And it's just an awesome idea. And I'm like, if my children were little, I would probably be all up in there. I'll still be all up in there just by myself. But,
Hmm.
I was always looking for things to do around here, especially when the children were young.
Yes.
Um, and it was kind of always like the same few places. And so, the fact that they're kind of looking at the community as a whole. So, whether it's grandparents who watch their grandkids or,
Sure.
parents who just need to get out the house with their kids and, want them to be entertained. So I think they would be able to really, just kind of bring something a little, well, just share their vision. It is
Mhm.
different than a lot of places that I know of. Um, so yeah, I think they would be one of like a good
I
person.
I am going to reach out to them and definitely
Yeah,
get
I'll
them
send you
on it.
that information because it's like, you know, New Bedford has so much going on right now and so much that's coming up. And I'm just excited for like just to see where everything is gonna go.
Hmm.
So not even just for my own business, but
Yeah,
like, you know, everyone in my cohort and other entrepreneurs that I've met through you know, networking events and things like that. I'm like, oh wow, I've never heard of this, never heard of you. So, you know, there's so much going on in the city. It's amazing.
yeah. Some people would like to say, like, or they have a habit of saying, I can't wait to see it in 5 years. Well, I'm so excited about New Bedford and what's going on, especially down at the waterfront. I'm so excited about it that I just want to see it 2 years from now. And earliest is just a year from now. And that's the anticipation I have for the city is amazing. And I think that it's going in the right direction, and it's going in the right direction at a nice speed that we
Hmm.
don't have to wait until 5 years because 5 years ago we were anticipating what we have now,
Yeah.
but now it's at the end. It's at the top of the cake, getting frosted, and we're gonna add that cherry on top, and then make some more cakes and do some great things. So
Oh yeah.
that's including you, including
Thanks.
you. I can't wait.
Yeah, you know, that's why I'm just glad to add my little flavor on top of the
Hmm.
city.
Yeah, well, I am definitely proud of you, and
Thank you.
I'm glad that you're doing these things. And thank God for the post that you posted about um, your neighbor, and his jewelry and
Mhm.
all that, because I would have probably not known of your business. I would have known probably later on, but I would have known as quick as I have. So, and it just worked out great. You know,
Yeah, no, and I appreciate, you know, you giving me a platform just to be able to share more about what I do. Because I think, you know, a lot of people are like, what is that? Like, what do you
hmm
even do? So being able to actually, you know, get on here and speak about it a little bit more is a blessing. So I thank you. Um,
I
you
thank
know,
you.
and yeah, the neighbor, he's the one who really teaches me about the moon. So
That's very
um,
nice.
97 years old, Wampanoag chief.
Hmm.
You know, I soak up all of his wisdom, and it's interesting to hear how things have changed from, you know, throughout his life.
Hmm.
And, you know, a lot of the teachings that he's done through, because he also was like a karate teacher, I believe.
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of the discipline that kind of, you know, he kind of shares how his journey and, you know, being Native American and just, yeah. So,
And all kinds of blends in and
oh,
gives you well, they just have a strong appreciation for what's around them.
yeah. And I love to learn. So, you know, it's not just, you know, me always sharing information with people. I'm always open to hearing, you know, what other people are doing or, you know, what they have going on. So,
True, true.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm learning this a lot of people that I have on Fireside and my newest platform, and some of the things that I'm learning from them, and it's people from all over the world. Um, just last week, I talked to someone from Nova Scotia who was um, he was very attracted to the Black history from New Bedford, and he tuned in.
That's awesome.
And with his ancestry, he was, he always knew that he had, you know, African African Americans in his life or part of his family in his bloodline, and he found a small percentage, but it was still something that he believed. He believed it as a kid, and it's all coming through ancestry, but Fireside has got me to meet a lot of people, and they do talk about the things that you talk about. They do have businesses like you have. So feel free. This is now your official podcast site. So if you want anything, you just send me a message, text me, and say, let's do this. And I'm going to make space for you. You know, it doesn't always have to be on Wednesday. We can, on Monday, we can do it any day of the week that you're available. And it may be just something that you're doing, you know, an event in the city. You just might want me to come down and say, come down, come talk to a few people. And I'll do that for you.
Awesome. This is recorded, right? So we all know that you said this. So don't get sick of me now.
I ain't not. See, I have a plan. I'm going to get you to sign a booklet, a pamphlet from your business. So when you become big time, I'm going to say, I got her signature. I got her autograph.
Yeah. In my first podcast.
Yeah. That's true.
I appreciate you so much, Charlie.
I appreciate you, and I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
And be proud of who you are. Be proud of the family that you have. And we're going to continue to do this. So you got anything? And if I see it, I'm going to share it on the Facebook page, the Really Charlie Facebook page. And if I think that, I know something will come up on my newest platform, I might have to invite you over there and talk, you know, and get on that side and meet somebody, meet many people worldwide. So
yeah, absolutely. Anytime.
All right.
But yeah, for everyone out there, give me a call, send me a message if you just want to learn more. I'm always, you know, ready to share more before diving in.
Awesome. Let's see. The last comment here is
thank you,
excellent. Yeah. The Walker family is amazing people. They are. They're excellent. They're amazing.
Oh yeah.
And the recipient 2 years in a row of the Really Charlie podcast Sunshine Award.
Oh, that's awesome.
Samia got it this year.
Yay.
Well, the end of 2022, and her husband got it, you know, last year. And that wasn't a plan. That wasn't something that they're just amazing things. People, they highlight and make people's future brighter, and that's what the award is for. So.
Yeah, Samia needs to be a motivational speaker because she'd be lighting a fire under my behind.
That's it. Awesome. All right, please, when you see your folks, give them a high five for them. Tell them I said hello. Tell them thank you for raising a great woman, and also give your son. You know, you got 2 boys, right?
Girl and a boy.
Girl and a boy. Well, give both your children a high five and thank them for being good people. And I appreciate you all.
Thank you so much, and give your family my love as well.
I will. Let's see. Someone says, showing love as usual. Keep up the great work. All right, Facebook user. All right. You will be on Anchor. You will be on Spotify. You will be on LinkedIn. You'll be on YouTube. And as far as Fireside, you won't be on that. But we're gonna save that for the future and get you back on that
next time.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Charlie.
All right. I appreciate you. You need anything, let me know. And I have this all up on the platforms within the next 20, 30 minutes.
Awesome.
It's on Facebook already and YouTube, but I'm going to add it to Spotify and Anchor.
Awesome. Can't wait to come back.
All right. Anytime.
Have a good night, everybody.
End this podcast with my favorite song by Lionel Peter Walker. You know, he even sings, he produces, he's doing amazing things. So, all right, Lauren, you're the best. You have a great, great night.
You too. Thank you.
All right.
It's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yo, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Bumping through your broadcast. Grab a chair, fill your glass. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yo, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Bumping through your broadcast. Grab a chair, fill your glass.